Hey, what's going on, people? Cheech here. The continuing Iron Man build. This is update number 9. Increasing in the number of videos here. I'm coming along okay. As you can see, my buddy's sitting in here in the corner. Small updates. I just wanted to show placement of a few things. Actually, the first helmet that I did and the new improved helmet. Since, you know, I guess building up a little bit of skill level in the development of my little project here, just like everybody else is into, I suppose. I just kind of wanted to touch on just a couple quick things, and first I'll show off the new helmet. It got paint spilt on it, so I'm a little bit upset. This is all plastic, molded, shaped, using the oven at a real low setting and just only letting it sit in there on top of like a cookie sheet turned upside down, and I mean just within a couple of minutes of just having it in there, it's pliable enough that you can shape it into the different things that you can do, as you can see here. This being the new mask. Actually has a lot better look to it, more solid. The Peppercura build, I do have to give it props though for his helmet in comparison. After I turned it out, it wasn't sized correctly, so I essentially saved it as just simply a nostalgic first piece, and then I intend to increase the talent involved in putting it together, and that one actually looks a lot better than this one. Chins and stuff are a little bit different too, from, as you can see, the face off. Quite different sizes and styles. Much better, larger mask. This is more flat. I don't know, for that real short guy. Just put these things down here. Working on a few other neat little things. I think I showed this. I may not have. If I didn't, I wouldn't mind showing it to you. I went and created another little arc reactor for my, I just like making them, really. They're so cool. Well, I got this conglomeration of wires here, but essentially, this is the new arc reactor that I put together, as you can see. Classic style, but round, but it has the V in it, which is the new element which came out in the Avengers. I didn't know that, and I like the idea of combining the triangle with the circle, and essentially, well, golly gee, it turns out that that was a good combination, because that's what they put in the movie. So I thought, well, okay, so I'm keeping in pace with what's in and what's not in, I suppose, as far as the styles of the arc reactors and stuff. I took an old phone and gutted it out, put my own components in there, little speaker in there and stuff, and it too is connected by line to the arc reactor. I dial 9 on here, make the little sound effects. Really cool stuff. Let me grab my rechargeable batteries. That's another whole thing that I wanted to cover, but I may do a side update, maybe 9A. Let's just for giving it a way of finding it. You know, this is 9. Oops. And of course I got oh, here's some batteries right here. Uh-oh. Can't be misplacing batteries, because then I won't figure out which ones are good and which are not, so I'm going to have to do a little checking here. Essentially, this was pretty cool. That it took that one type of toy arc reactor and essentially took it all apart and started doing something a little different. Okay, there's that. Got my batteries in there, and hopefully hit the flip phone. Uh-oh, something's wrong in the wiring. It's gotta be. Or maybe not. Could be the batteries then. There's supposed to be a little button there, but may not have good batteries in there. That sucks. But essentially you'll like the idea. The little flip phone you can have in your thing, you can flip it open, press the button, make the neat sound effects. We'll try a different battery. Uh-oh. Back to the drawing board, you might say? Dang. Oh, wait a minute. Could have been the battery connections are bad. There it goes. Battery's a little weak. And my little connection seems to be bad. But oh, there you go. I hope you guys got a kick out of that. Got a few different styles I'm working on over here. Here was one where I took the cap off the one from the store model, and I essentially started making my own little grid pattern out of copper. Some of the pieces have fallen off, but the whole idea is to constantly changing the components and then seeing which ways they can be rearranged and put back together. Essentially makes the hobby and of model building, so to speak, or stuff like that, and gives it a whole new dimension, because not only you're taking and building it from scrap, you're not sitting there popping out a bunch of plastic pieces already preformed. You essentially got to make your own and use your ingenuity and imagination in putting the pieces together and how they might function. So cool. Alright, well, these got to go back on the charger because they sound like they're dead on arrival here. So that was that particular one. I call it the flip phone Arc Reactor. Well, in the movie Avengers, he uses a PDA device to interact with Jarvis. I sort of kind of took that idea and made a device that actually activated the Arc Reactor. In a sense, kind of like the same thing, hand in hand, interacting with your device there, or your machinery that you're wearing or whatever. Updates on Arc Reactors. Obviously, see, that was my very first one, and then I remodified it and made it a lot larger. Right now, I'm working on a solar setup. Well, which I did on the suit itself. I started working a little bit on the War Machine. Actually, it turns out I thought it was plastic. It's plastic on the back side, and it has actually metal wrapped around it. I'm going to eliminate this plastic housing, or no, essentially I might need to use that actually for holding components inside of there. That's that particular one, which is actually pretty cool. I always carry a temporary light, let you see what it looks like on the inside. But that's War Machines, and it's solar rechargeable. I've taken some of these old solar lights that I had and removed the components and stuff like that, and right here are the solar panels. I've been working on a different one, which is, I don't know, there's probably components out there that already have this, and whoops, the camera fell off. And what I wanted to see is if I could just take some spare parts, match up some of the different items, like this capacitor right here, and there's a sensor right here, and this is a relay, and over here is some solar panels. This is an example board of what I was trying to put together, something I'll make a little bit larger. And I thought, sure, in keeping with theme with the in keeping with the theme that I have going, using solar power regeneration and kind of a interesting angle towards the arc reactor notion of, you know, plasma and all that, the, you know, the electricity that can be, you know, created from it, because I get solar panels on there and everything. So I figured, why not make it to where I eliminate the rechargeable batteries altogether in the solar power scheme, or I could still use them, you know, and especially like if you're not in the sunlight. So you have to so one's going to have to balance for the other. So, you know, on rechargeable batteries at night, during the day you can run directly off the sunlight, and that was kind of what I was hoping to do eventually. Even if it's cloudy, it should still be able to produce electricity. So I took there was this little flower thing that ran on solar power only, not a battery. And what I did was I took that component out of there to see how it works, and that's the little board right there. Okay, and all I simply do is I run 2 leads off of it over to a capacitor. I increased the size of the capacitor. It used to be a lot smaller. Let's say like right on this circuit board here, one of these little ones, and I took and put this larger one on. Okay, so and in increasing that, I had a larger discharge of electricity for the light that I had it right here. Okay, I need something to demonstrate that. Yes, I do have it here. Okay, I'm going to take my flashlight and just shine it on the solar panel just so you can get the idea of what's going on here. It builds up enough energy in the capacitor and then discharges it to the light apparatus right here. So you'll see the light come on as soon as I hit the light. You'll see I take the power away, the light goes out. Bring it back, light goes on. Alright, so essentially trying to keep with the idea that you don't need to plug up to any outlet to recharge your batteries or anything like that. You know, if you're doing this and making costumes or whatever or something like that, you know, certainly will say, hey, where's your outlet? I got to plug in. So that's kind of funny. Alright, so anyways, so what I'm doing here is I'm taking all them solar panels, and I'll show you down here, and I'm going to be running them in a sequence across here, creating a larger, you know, solar array. And at the terminating end, I'll have the light apparatus, which is going to be probably for the War Machine reactor, Arc Reactor. His is a little beefier design where they added all that extra stuff on there, and I just thought larger, a little bit more electricity to be able to be produced. And using that same technique, I should be able to run a light or whatever. So with that said, I will stop here and do my little work and stuff like that, and we'll show that as a continuing update. IronManBuild number 9A, to touch on the solar rechargeable units. Alright, till next time.